Here we are, Tuesday morning, nice overcast day on the Eagate Lake. Fishing with just paste today. I've got two different paste made up. It's a very soft paste with a hook and a harder paste just to pop the odd bit in to get them started. It doesn't take long on the paste. You can usually get them going within about 10 minutes just by putting in your hook bait, and if you don't get a bite within a minute or two, just strike it off, giving them a nice sized bit of bait because they're decent sized bream. Only fishing 6 metres, plenty of float out of the water. As you can see, I've got a very long stem float on. Keep plenty of tip out of the water because you get a lot of false bites. Flop it in, let it ease down slowly. As you can see, it's like a lighthouse, but that's what you want. You don't want a little bit of float out of the water because you won't be able to keep your paste on for little tiny false bites. There's a lift bite. See, those sort of bites, if you had your float dotted down, would have taken it under and you'd have struck and missed it. Float's got to sail away or lift right out of the water before you bring it in, before you lift into it. All species of fish like the paste, so you probably get roach having a go at it as well, but as soon as a proper fish comes along, you'll know. See, you took it 2/3 of the way down there. Try and keep the pole tip out of the way. After an attack like this, if the bites stop, it means he's had your paste. Doing everything bar going under. Nearly. See how many false bites you get. Right, bites have pretty much stopped on that one, so we'll take... Oh no, he's on there, look at that. Unbelievable. And I think it's a carp. You don't have to strike with this bait, you just lift into it. Oh, there's your bream. Went off like a carp, but could be a hybrid. That's a little F1. Nice little F1 there, hook just in the top lip. Slip him back. Always make sure you take all the slime off your line because they really don't like that. I've got a size 14 hook on, no point in going small because you're hiding it in the ball of paste. When you mould the paste on, always try and just make the bottom flat so it sits on the deck of the lake, okay? It doesn't roll about. In. Before I switched the camera on, I had 4 or 5 put-ins just to put a bit of bait in there, and I had a bream and a hybrid. So that's a bream, a hybrid, and a little F1 a carp in about 15 minutes. Another nice bite, run this time, don't know what that is. A few bubbles coming up as well now, so there's a few fish in the area. Yeah, he's still there. Here we go. That's it. Very easy method, this one. Deadly. Put a big weight together quite quickly. Decent skimmer. 8 ounces. But this is the slime I was talking about. You must get that slime off, otherwise you won't get a bite. Takes a minute or two to pick it off, it's well worth it. Clean it right off the hook and everywhere. All gets up round the split shot, but you just got to take your time, get rid of it all, so that you haven't got any on there at all. I've got a little line under a tree I should try later, which I should get a carp from with any luck, a proper carp. There's the ball ready for it to go out. Using a TriCast Excellence pole, and this is 7 metres perhaps, but any good strong pole to do, because you do tend to get some bigger fish on the paste. I've got a 8-10 elastic, I've got a 12-14 set up as well, but this is alright just for the moment. Usually find with the bigger fish, especially the carp, the float's gone and your elastic streams out, they don't muck about. Just might slow up a little bit, just get a bit of a heavier pace. That's it, he's on. Don't know what this is, small fish. Oh, might be foul hooked. You do get a bit of foul hooking. Might be a roach. Don't be shy with the size of the paste you put on, because as soon as it hits the water it starts to break down. Sometimes I'm absolutely sure that if you've been out there a few minutes, the fish are basically just swallowing in a cloud with your hooking it. Solid wise, I don't expect as much at all. Bite a chuck, which is a good sign. Lift bite. Ooh, should have hit in. Always keep your paste covered as well, otherwise it'll dry out and it's not the bait that it should be. It wants to be nice and soft, too soft to cast on a rod and reel, but not too soft to put on your pole. So take out a lump that will do you about half a dozen casts, so that's all you've got out exposed to the air. Always good to have a cloth handy as well, because it's quite a mucky method. With the paste. See if I can close it a little bit so you get a probably see the bubbles on the surface. I'm lined up with a tree across on the other bank just to give me a rough idea where I want to go. Here we go, little run, little pull down. As I say, if you only had the normal sort of amount of float you'd have for maggot or pellet, that would take that under. And I guarantee you, if you strike when it's still got float showing, you will not get them. See a couple of savage little stabby type bites there, so you'd have struck on those. A bit of bubbles coming up where they're gill feeding. There you go, just let it go, give it time, no rush. As soon as that float disappears, you're more or less guaranteed to catch the fish. Not always monsters. What's this one? There's a nice roach. Bottom hook, bottom lip. Ideal. He decided to unhook himself, so we drop him back in the water. Right, I'll catch one more and then I'll push out to 10 metres, set up the swim, and then I'll switch back on and you can see if the fish are any better size a little bit further out. I don't expect they will be, but it's worth a go. Much better day fishing today, overcast, bit of wind, still very warm, still no rain. We haven't had any rain down here in the southeast for weeks and weeks. A lot of scum on the water, but that wouldn't affect the fishing. There we go. Oh, that's a better fish. Bream, I think. Oh no, another little F1 hybrid. They like a bit of paste. I only put these in a month or two ago, about half this size, so they're doing ever so well. Lovely little fish. Super condition, good little scrappers, gobby little dozers. Right, let's put it back. So in just that short space of time, we've had two little carp, a couple of bream, a roach. So it's good, all action fishing. As I say, I'll push out to 10 metres, set that line up, and come back and we'll see if the fish get any bigger. Same rig, but a different float on the 10 metre one. A little bit better colour for me to see because I'm not very well sighted. I'll show you the float before I turn it off. Exactly the same rig again. Same float, just an orange top. Little bulk this time with a tiny olivet to the same 14 hook. Right, I'll set that up and back.